Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Subscribe to the channel. Click the like button. Do not be afraid to click the like button and give me your assessment. We're talking about last night's fight with Teofimo Lopez versus Rolly Romero. I think the fight was okay. It was all right. Um, I was able to give my assessment, and I believe that Rolly Romero, watching the fight clearly, he only won the fifth round. I think he landed some hooks on Teofimo Lopez in the fifth round, but I don't think he did anything else throughout the whole fight. I think he looked like a confused boxer. He looked totally confused and bewildered throughout the whole fight. If you look at the fight and you look at the expression on Rolly Romero's face, he looked like he was fighting scared. Okay, every time that Teofimo Lopez would throw combinations at him, I think the first 4 or 5 rounds, the first 4 rounds, Teofimo Lopez was outboxing him. It was easy for him to do that because he has a limited fighter in front of him, and it's gonna make Teofimo Lopez look good. But against an average fighter like Rolly Romero, of course he's gonna look better than what he actually is. And if you look at the fight, Rolly Romero looked like he was scared, like he was fighting out of fear. Like he was fighting with a bewildered, confused look. He looked like a lost puppy in that ring. He looked so lost and confused and bewildered, Rolly Romero. I don't even know how the hell he became champion. Well, he became champion by fighting an overrated, not non-elite fighter, Ryan Garcia. But Ryan Garcia beat Mario Barrios. Okay, so that doesn't really prove much. And and then Barroso was beating the living daylights out of Rolly Romero before the referee stopped the fight unjustly when he wasn't even landing any shots. Rolly Romero just threw a whole bunch of haymakers, and the referee was probably bought out, and they paid him to stop the fight, and then they gave the championship to Rolly Romero, which he wasn't even deserving of that belt. But subscribe to the channel. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Yeah, so this is not impressive at all. Teofimo Lopez, I knew he was gonna win, but with these kind of fights, we don't know exactly what you're gonna get because both fighters are not as good as they used to be. And the only reason why Teofimo Lopez looked he looked good against Rolly Romero, I give him a A minus. I think he looked good against Rolly Romero because Rolly Romero is the perfect opponent. He's inconsistent and he didn't throw a lot of combinations. He threw very minimal, and he got hit with a lot of body shots by Teofimo Lopez, and it just proves that Teofimo Lopez is always going to do good against a limited opposition with a big name like Rolly Romero, and he looked good enough to make people believe that are gullible, that don't know boxing, that Rolly Romero's back. But he's really not back. I mean, if you put an elite fighter in front of him, like not even elite, if you put Cambosos in front of him, he loses. And if you put Shakur Stevenson, he loses. And you put somebody like Rolly Romero, it's the perfect opponent for him to look right and him to look dominant. And I would say the whole fight, the majority of the fight, I say Rolly Romero was losing most of the fight. He only won, I think, the fifth round. I think the fifth round is the only round that he won. And I just feel that he didn't do enough to actually even cry out and say that it was an unjust decision. I don't know what he was talking about in the aftermath of the fight, in the press conference. He didn't want to interview Sean Zittle, and Sean Zittle's going to ask him the real questions, and he said he don't want that guy to interview him. So he said, skip that guy. And I'm like, really? Sean Zittle's going to ask him the right questions, and he's going to give him the proper critical, constructive criticism so he could actually improve on what he messed up on, because he didn't throw a lot of combinations. This guy, Rolly Romero. And subscribe to the channel. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Subscribe to the channel. Click the like button. Give me your assessment. And, I just believe that Rolly Romero just didn't do enough. And it shouldn't have been a majority decision for Teofimo Lopez. It should have been a unanimous decision for Teofimo Lopez. And I thought that Teofimo Lopez got knocked down, but he didn't. He didn't get knocked down. There was no knockdowns in this fight. It was a slip, and the referee didn't call it a knockdown. And I believe that Teofimo Lopez won the fight, but I think Teofimo Lopez said that he's going to fight Ryan Garcia after this fight. And I think that it's just a money grab, and he says he's going to fight only for the belts. And whoever's in the 147 weight class division is the champions are Jack Catterall, Devin Haney. Well, Ryan Garcia is not a champion. He's just a money name. Is not an elite fighter. So he said he's going to fight all the champions. He don't want easy fights, but he just wants money fights. It has nothing to do with easy fights. I think Teofimo Lopez just wants to fight big money fights because he knows that he don't have anything left. And if he loses to somebody that's coming up, he don't want to lose for less money. He wants to lose for the most money. Subscribe to the channel. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Subscribe to the channel. Click the like button. And Canelo is fighting October 31st on Halloween night in Saudi Arabia. In Riyadh, he's going to fight on Halloween night, October 31st. He's going to fight in Billy. The fight was pushed back because Canelo doesn't really have it like he used to, and he's not as hungry. He wanted to spend time with his family, and he wanted to watch football. He wanted to watch soccer, So that's the reason why he postponed the fight. It just tells you that he's not hungry anymore, that Canelo doesn't have it anymore. Subscribe to the channel, and I think Billy is going to upset Canelo. I think it's going to upset Canelo, but it's not going to really be an upset because I'm not going to be upset if Canelo loses to Billy. I'm going to be happy because I feel like Canelo never gave David Benavidez the opportunity to fight him, and he should have, but he didn't. He didn't give the fans what they wanted. Subscribe to the channel. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Yes, I'm trying to see and wait for my regulars to get on my channel. My regulars have not gone in the channel yet, but subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and subscribe to Tony Also Knows Boxing. I just believe that the undercard, which was the Colombian fighter, Utria, the Colombian fighter, I think his name was Carlos Utria. He was 14-0 with 11 KOs. I think that he didn't really deserve to win that fight. It should have been a draw, but they gave the fight to him. I don't know what the judges were looking at, but I think that it was a competitive fight throughout with Israel Mercado and Juan Utria. I think that's his name, from Colombia, 14-0 with 11 KOs. They gave him the fight. They gave him the victory, but I think that it should have got a draw. I think the fight should have been a draw. But we get to see if he learned anything from this fight. And I don't know if they're going to give him a rematch in the Israel Mercado and Carlos Utria from Colombia, who is now 15-0 with 11 KOs. The fight was okay. It was competitive. It wasn't a barn burner, what I thought it would be. But I guess the main event did outshine that undercard fight with Carlos Utria, and Israel Mercado. I think it was a decent fight. It wasn't nothing spectacular as far as Rolly Romero versus Teofimo Lopez, but it was just a money grab with Teofimo Lopez getting the easiest victory with the easiest, most vulnerable opponent with no skills. With Rolly Romero has no skills. Man. He has no skills. All he does is fight out of fear. He just fought with fear. He had a puzzled, confused look on his face. Subscribe to the channel. Tony Also Knows Boxing. You're tuning into my channel. That's all I got for now. I think that that boxing is right now, these kind of fights that they're doing with people like Rolly Romero and Teofimo Lopez are just not real hardcore fan fights for the hardcore boxing fans. It's just a money grab and just big names, but not real elite fighters. And I think that that fight was it wasn't that good. It was decent. It was a decent fight. I don't think it was anything spectacular. Teofimo Lopez won. I already said he would win, but with those kind of fights, it's just like it's a hit and miss. And I just believe that it was just a way to make Teofimo Lopez a 3-time champion the easy way, because he won't beat Devin Haney. Teofimo Lopez will not beat Devin Haney. I don't think he'll beat him, and I think that Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia, that's the next fight that he's trying to make. He's just trying to make big money fights, not no legacy involved, nothing like that. They're not trying to do anything as far as legacy fights. No, he's just trying to get money fights. That's it. It has nothing to do with legacy. All right, subscribe to the channel. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning to my channel. That's all I got for now. That's all I got. Subscribe to the channel. Tony also knows boxing. I'll be doing more videos later about my personal life and what I'm doing in the single with Keith Murray, which is going to be produced by Gyoka Torre. It's a major song. I sing on the hooks 3 times, and it's a major accomplishment. And I believe that Keith Murray didn't like the beat based on what we discussed on the phone. He didn't like the beat, so we're gonna make sure that Gyoka Torre produces it. Yes, Gyoka Torre from Argentina is gonna be the producer that produces the song "Stop Being Greedy" with platinum rapper Keith Murray and featuring Tony also. Yes, so Tony also is making history with this single that I'm putting out. I already recorded it with Keith Murray. It's called "Stop Being Greedy," and it's going to be produced by Gyoka Torre, and it's going to be on all major platforms. Tony also and Keith Murray. I sing on the hook and I rap on the verses, and Keith Murray does this thing like he always does, and it's going to be legendary. And this is going to be history in the making. Cheers, bro. Cheers, bro. Yes, salute, my brother. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Salute to you. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. I was going to end the video, but I see people are coming in right now. Yes, so Canelo's going to fight in Billy on October 31st on Halloween night in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So what do you guys think? Do you think Canelo's is gonna get the WBC full championship from Mbili? I think he's gonna lose to Mbili. I think that Mbili's gonna be too much for him, and Mbili is gonna prove all the Canelo fans that he is a force to be reckoned with. I think that he looked decent against Lester Martinez in the draw that they had. I think it was a competitive match, but he's young, he's hungry, and he throws a lot of combinations. And the pace that he fights is gonna give Canelo trouble. Canelo Schmanelo, who's going to get crushed like a marshmallow on October 31st when he fights Christian Mbili. Yes, I said it over here on Tony Also Knows Boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Yes, subscribe to the channel. Yes, click that like button and let me know what you think. And I have more to come. And soon I will interview Felix Tito Trinidad, Joey Borrero, my brother, my friend. Salute to him. He's going to give me the opportunity to interview him in September or November, one of those 2 months. But yes, keep my fingers crossed. And be on the lookout for that interview. Felix Tito Trinidad and Tony also on Tony Also Knows Boxing. Yes. So that's all I got for as far as my reaction to Rolly Romero and Teofimo Lopez. I think that was an easy fight for Teofimo Lopez. They did that on purpose because that was an easy fight, and they were not enemies. They are friends. That was just for promotion. And I believe that the next fight is going to be Ryan Garcia, based on what Teofimo Lopez said in the press conference after the fight. He was wiping his face; it was full of blood, and he was he should have did that right away, immediately before they started recording, because he looked real bad. Like that cut that it looked like he had a big slash on it, cut on his face, but it was just blood dripping from his eyebrows. So yes, subscribe to the channel. Tony Also Knows Boxing. That's all I got for now. Yes, don't be a coward. Subscribe to Tony Also Knows Boxing if you want to hear the truth and nothing but the unadulterated truth. Yes, peace. That's all I got for now.